Gov. J.B. Pritzker said Tuesday the coronavirus pandemic may not peak in Illinois until mid-May, while Mayor Lori Lightfoot predicted the state's stay-at-home order could extend into June.
Meanwhile, the numbers released Tuesday showed no ebb in the virus's hold on the state. Officials reported an additional 1,551 known cases of COVID-19 and 119 more deaths. The statewide totals stand at 33,059 known cases and 1,468 deaths.
Here's what's happening on Wednesday with COVID-19 in the Chicago area and Illinois.
As the Islamic holy month of Ramadan begins, Muslims will be impacted by restrictions put in place to combat the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus.
Ramadan, which starts April 23, is a month of deep spirituality for Muslims, which includes daily fasting from food and water from sunrise to sunset. At the conclusion, Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr, often over a period of 3 days, by gathering with friends and family for meals and gift-giving.
According to Imam Sainad Ajic of the Society of American Bosnians and Herzegovinians, this year's Ramadan will be very different for many.
The oldest members don't remember this kind of situation in our lifetime, Ajic said. The month of Ramadan is a very social and communal month, and meant to be anything but to be in isolation from other people. Social distancing is such a strange concept to any religion. Instead of coming together, we are going to stay at home in isolation.
In a normal year, Ajic said he would be going to his mosque, Saba Islamic and Cultural Center in Franklin Park, every day during Ramadan. He said he would stay there as long as 2 hours in the afternoon and 2 hours in the evening, with some members staying as late as midnight.
Due to the COVID-19 outbreak, Ajic said Saba cannot allow more than 10 worshippers to attend at a time, and the mosque has had to cancel late evening dinners and prayer services. Read more here. Steve Schuring and Jennifer Johnson.
The Illinois National Guard is setting up a supply and testing location in Aurora as part of its statewide effort to respond to the coronavirus pandemic, officials said.
Aurora Police spokesman Paris Lubel said the police department is assisting the Illinois National Guard as they set up the site near the Chicago Premium Outlets Mall near Bilter Road off of Interstate 88 in Aurora. The mall temporarily closed on March 19 due to the pandemic.
At this time, he said, there is no public access to the site, which has had an increased presence of National Guard members since Monday. Read more here. Megan Jones.
Northwest Side Ald. Carlos Ramirez Rosa, 35th, introduced an order on Wednesday calling for Mayor Lori Lightfoot's budget director to take city money that would have been spent on now-canceled special events such as Gospel Fest and instead put it in COVID-19 housing assistance grant.
And Lincoln Park Ald. Michelle Smith, 43rd, introduced an ordinance that would require anyone in Chicago over age 2 to cover their nose and mouth with a mask or cloth face covering when out in public.
Both moves are just proposals for now and will not be voted on at Wednesday's virtual city council meeting. John Byrne.
For the past 30 years, Crystal Williams Hayes has sewn prom dresses for Chicago high school students.
This year, with schools closed and proms canceled, she's turning her sewing skills to making cloth face masks for essential workers and others who need them.
When she gets a chance, though, the longtime former Chicago Public Schools paraprofessional still intends to finish those prom outfits, just to make those high school seniors feels a little better. Read more here. Sophie Sherry.
Advocates say better housing is crucial. Increased coronavirus testing in Chicago homeless shelters has revealed varying levels of infection, with some locations having as many as half of its staff and residents test positive, city health officials say.
Most of the people testing positive showed no symptoms but were checked because there had been confirmed cases of COVID-19 in their shelters, according to Deputy Public Health Commissioner Megan Cunningham. Some locations had no positive cases among staff and residents.
We were finding those places where spread had already occurred to a greater extent, Cunningham said. Now that we're able to do more widespread testing, we are hopeful that we will see much lower rates out there. Read more here. Cecilia Reyes.
A week after Chicago aldermen held a short online meeting to approve holding its sessions virtually, the City Council was scheduled to hold its first full online meeting Wednesday and was expected to approve emergency spending and contracting powers for Mayor Lori Lightfoot for the COVID-19 crisis.
Before being given initial approval by the Council's Budget Committee Tuesday, the Mayor's Emergency Powers Ordinance got pushback from aldermen who wanted more say on how the Lightfoot administration spends huge amounts of money to deal with the pandemic.
City Budget Director Susie Park said Tuesday the city already has budgeted $65 million and spent $5.6 million in response to the virus. Park expects the city to spend more than $150 million before July. Much of the money will be reimbursed through the Federal Emergency Management Agency, Park said, and the city likely will be able to cover a lot of the rest using money the federal government distributed to Chicago as part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act.
The council also was expected to vote to approve the appointment of former Dallas Police Chief David O. Brown as Chicago's 63rd police superintendent.
The meeting can be viewed starting at 10 a.m. at the city clerk's website. Chicago Tribune staff.
Here are 5 things that happened Tuesday that you need to know.
Here are 5 things that happened Monday that you need to know.